You're listening to the Arcane Focus Network. Previously on Star Raiders.
I've been thinking a lot about our chats about Desna. You know, maybe she is watching over us.
Take this. And she takes off her little pendant. And, you take this one. I'll find mine. It'll come to me.
Tiny and Brandon spied some dodgy-looking dudes who were sizing them up, and
Those vest guys, they kind of look like the ones we saw at the docks.
my friend back there says he knows you.
Why doesn't he come up and say hello? I don't have fear at this moment. I'm happy if they want to fight.
Okay, so Tiny, this android stands before you and Brandon with his pistol drawn, and he's slowly taking a few steps back. And then a little ways behind him, the two Vesk are approaching menacingly, their hands reaching up for their Dushkos.
The minute they come close enough to me, I'm going to activate something on my armor.
Okay, no problem. So we're gonna roll for initiative first, but
Okay.
you can do this action you wanted to
Yeah.
do, whatever it is, in a surprise round.
Awesome.
Ooh.
What's the proximity of them to the armor shop?
They've been like walking for a little while now, so.
Okay.
Well, we play this honest, and I got a nat 2, so my initiative is 5.
I'm glad you're playing it honest. The game doesn't work if you don't.
I know. I'm just sharing it all out there. You know. But I do need all of them, including Brandon. They all need to do a reflex save.
Okay, just gonna pause that just for 1 second, and I'm going to describe what the room looks like for our lovely listeners. The area that you guys are in is like a medium-sized room coming off one of these passageways. It's about 80 feet long and 40 feet wide. There's some catwalks running along the length of the room, and they're about 20 feet up. On the ground itself, there's some cargo crates that are sitting right in the center of the map, and then there's some more to the southeast as well. The enemies are towards the center of the map, whereas Tiny and Brandon are closer to the east, just in front of the crates. And any of these crates would provide some cover as well if you ducked behind them. Okay, and back to it. This ability you're doing, what was the range on it?
20 feet.
Okay, so I imagine you would have waited until they were both within that range.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon, 13. Android is a 6. Vesk 1, 16. Vesk 2 is a 12.
All right. Everyone except for one of the Vesks is blind for a round.
Ooh.
As light emanates from my armor, flashing out like just a huge bright light emanates. Everyone is blind except for that one Vesk.
All right, so blind and Brandon as well. Blind. He grabs his eyes.
I can't see. Tiny, what the hell was that? I can't see.
Yeah, a giant light emanated from my armor and I burned all your retinas. You'll never be able to see again.
Oh god. Oh god.
So the android is going first. He's like clutching his eyes, like and he just fires. With his blind, that will give you total concealment, and so this is going to be a 50% miss chance that he is rolling with here.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Does 13 hit your AC?
Does 13? No.
Okay, great. So he just fires, and it just like sails off somewhere. The other Vesk, the one who's not blinded, is next. He goes, "You sneaky bastard!" And he is going to come right up to you there, and he is going to swing the old Dushko. Yeah, that's going to be a 13
Miss.
as well.
Yeah.
The other one's there, like kind of struggling with his eyes as well, like And then, yeah, Brandon's turn, and he too is struggling with his vision. And then we move to you. Your turn.
Awesome. I am going to cast Grease right in front of me in this cube. So both of them have to succeed in a reflex. or fall prone.
Okay.
I find it silly that the blind one has no effect on his reflex save, but either way, yeah, fair enough.
Well, I mean, it's about footing, isn't it? So it's not about being able to see something or not.
No, it says actually a -4 penalty to most strength and dexterity-based skill checks. Does that mean anything?
Saves aren't a skill check.
Gotcha. No problem.
Either way, the Vesk, I believe, succeeds with a natural 17, and the android fails. You got a 6 total.
Okay, he's prone then.
Okay, great.
Is it possible to grab Brandon and run?
I mean, you could, like, put a hand on him, and you could say, like, I'm going to guide you out of here sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you use your action to cast.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay. I can't, okay. All right. I guess I'll guide. I'll say, I don't know what else. I can't leave him here, so fine. I'll just stay where I'm at. Normally I would want to grab him and go, but fair. Go for it. Oh, can I shift then down here? Is that possible?
A 5-foot step?
Yeah, to the point right south of me. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you step away, and the android, like, shakes his head. He's on the ground. And he attempts to stand up. Standing up.
It's a movement. We talked about it before, yeah. So he needs to do an acrobatics check.
Mm-hmm. Great. Natty 20 on that.
Yeah, he stands up.
So he stands up,
Fine.
and then he points his pistol at you. 22 to hit.
22?
EAC.
He moved in it. He's flat-footed, correct?
Flat-footed. No, flat-footed only affects his AC. It has no effect on his attacks.
Okay, yeah, he hits me for sure. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. It's going to hit you for 6 points of damage. And it moves to the non-blinded Vesk, and he looks down at you, and then he looks at Brandon. And he swings at Brandon. Yeah, that's going to miss. It's only a 10. And the other one shakes his blindness off. And he comes right up to you, and he swings his Doshko as well. Yeah, 13 versus KSC, which is going to be a miss.
Yeah, misses.
And then we move to Brandon. Brandon's blindness is now gone. He shakes his head, and he looks at this Vesk right in front of him.
I look at it, I call out, and I say, run. Just run, go. Save yourself.
And he looks down, and, like, you know, you can see you in this, like, you know, you've got these crates back up against you. There's this Vesk who's, like, swinging his Doshko at you. This android's just taking a shot at you. It's like, and he kind of stumbles back a little bit. 5-foot step, essentially. And he's looking over. Tiny, are you hurt?
I'm fine. If you stay, I will never forgive you. Run. Never forgive you.
And he's, like, just standing there, just, like, kind of frozen.
Brandon, what are you waiting for? I don't like you. I'm trying to put. I'm Shilohing, or you know what I mean. I'm like Harry and the Hendersons. Get out of here!
Harry and the
No
Hendersons.
one wants you here.
Get out of here, you hear?
Good reference.
Go on, get.
Get. I'm white fanging him.
All right, Tiny, it's your turn.
You know what? I'm gonna take a guarded step up, and then I turn to the Vesks, and I turn to all of them, and I say, I'm giving you a chance to live. I don't want to kill anymore. I really, really don't want to kill anymore. So I would leave. Do we have a deal? And I'm being so serious.
And they all start laughing at you.
Oh, man. All right. And then the saddest, Alakazam. Alakazam. And I cast Overheat as the grease that they're standing on ignites in flames all around them, dealing the first amount of damage from the Overheat. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's 15 points of damage to both of those guys in there. And now they're engulfed in flames.
Well, if they remain in it, they will take burn damage, a D4, and they start screaming like ah! And we move to the android. He'll take that burn damage.
Okay. 3 points.
Okay, and he's going to attempt to move out of the grease.
Okay. Acrobatics check.
That's a 16.
He makes it. Yeah.
Okay. He steps out. And he looks at you. He's like still trying to put them out. Obviously, he'll do that at the end of his turn
For an action,
to
I guess.
attempt to put the flames out. And then he's going to fire at you.
Oh, okay. Does he make a choice to put out the flames or
That is
or
a
fight or
24. It's
make
like
an attack?
it's like a save you can make at the end of your turn, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yes, that's a what did I just say? 24.
Oh, hits. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Only 3 points of damage.
Okay.
Alrighty. And Vesk number 1. Roar! I don't like being on fire.
No one does.
Funnily enough.
I gave you the warning.
He's going to attempt to step out as well. And he does. This, like, on fire Vesk stepping towards Brandon, like, waving his Doshko around. As that happens, Brandon's like, and he kind of puts his hands up as if to, like, kind of, like, stop as this, like, this thing stepping towards him, like, lifting up his Doshko. And you just see this almost like a wave, like, vroom, 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 like, come emanating from Brandon. And this Vest just, like, stops and, like, clutches his head, like,
Whoa.
He fails his save with a natural 1. It's like, sometimes things just line up. And there's going to be a bit of damage there. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, he's like clutching his head like, and then like he shakes it off like, and looks at Brandon, and he swings his Doshko.
He does take 2 points of flame damage for being in the fire.
In that case, he does not.
Oh.
Because he goes down. He took the flame damage at the start of his turn. And yeah.
Would
he
I
had-
understand what just happened?
Roll me a perception check.
Because I have, I've taken a skill. I have mysticism as well, in case that's important.
Sure, you can roll me mysticism as well if you'd like.
Awesome. That is better than my perception. 18.
So, what you recognize from maybe from watching all your videos online about spells, magic, and all that sort of thing, you know that this is a mind-affecting spell. It can cause massive brain hemorrhaging and can kill you. You know that it's called a mind thrust.
Oh.
And because of that burn damage, the damage that Brandon did was actually enough to kill him outright. And he clutches his head going, "Ah, ah, ah," and then you can see like blood coming out all of his orifices. And then he just drops down like a sack of shit. And now we move on to the other Vesk. And, you know, he sees this happen, saw the other guy go down. Steve, no!
Steve, yes!
That was my brother-in-law.
Well, like, we
He was supposed to come around and barbecue tonight, you son of a bitch.
gave you a lot of warning, as I'm just, like, being as like, chill as possible. I told you, I have no fear. You're all gonna die. Brandon killed one of you, and he barely does any damage.
Now who's gonna cook the ribs? Ah!
I mean, no one, because you're probably gonna die if you don't run away. Go! All of you!
And that's a natural 20.
Oh no.
Okay.
You killed Steve. I'm sorry. 12 points of piercing damage.
12 points of piercing damage. Alright.
And it is it's Brandon's turn. You know, he's kind of like looking down
Brandon already went.
at this thing.
Oh, he goes again.
It
And
was an opportunity attack before.
let's talk the
Okay.
details of this thing
Okay.
later. I ain't breaking any rules, is what I'll
Okay.
tell you.
Stop breaking rules, Tom. You rule
I don't
breaker.
break the rules. I make the rules. Perfect. But actually, no. It legitimately, it's well within the rules. It's fine. Don't worry
I
about it.
don't break the rules. I adhere to them perfectly.
It's true.
No, that doesn't sound right.
All right. And Brandon looks over, and as he turns and he looks at you, you can see he's got blood running down his nose, kind of like 11 in Stranger Things, just like a little bit of blood coming down. And he looks over at you, and you know you've been shot a couple of times, right?
Mm-hmm.
How you looking? Not looking too good, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm hurt. But I
alright.
think what he sees is when I'm chatting with the people attacking me, I'm like wildly with abandon, don't give a fuck. And then when I turn to look at him, I just look at him with this just lack of emotion and just kind of annoyance that he's still here and frustration.
Tiny's such a badass. He's so cool.
Or he's severely damaged.
Yeah, but I mean, he sees what's going on. He's not silly. I imagine this is all kind of like happening like slow mo. It's like, no! And he comes up to you. And as he does, and he's like kind of like reaching out to you, you feel this wave of almost renewing positive energy. And you can heal yourself for 8 points.
Ooh. Looks like we got ourselves a healer.
And like he's calling out, Tiny! Tiny, no! And it's your turn, Tiny.
As he does that, it's my turn.
Yeah.
And I look at him and I said, get away. And I turn.
You kill him.
And I shove him using my full action to shove him. And I had a thing I was gonna do, but I'm gonna full on shove him. I don't know if that's anything, if it does anything. I want to shove him back. That's my full action because I realize I can't do 2 things. But I told him get the fuck away from me.
All I can envision is when the T-1000 gets into the helicopter and he's like, "Get out!"
Yeah, you shove him, and he stumbles back, and he stumbles over this Vesk here, and he falls over.
Yeah, and I turn back to the other 2 and I say, "Are we doing this or what?"
Tiny's dead inside.
Oh no.
Android looks at you, and he says, "We never stopped." And that's going to be a 20 to hit your EAC.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah, sure.
And that's going to be 6 points of damage to you. And we move to the other Vesk. And oh wait,
can I move after shoving him or no? Or could I do a...
I needed to make a save against the burning, which I should have done at the end of the last turn, which I just rolled then. Reflex, was it? So it's an 18. Yeah, because it would have been an action to shove, Brandon. So yes, of course, you could have taken a step away, for sure.
Yeah, stepping back. Maybe north, towards where Brandon was. I'm both protecting him and also like putting the fire in between all of us. You know what I mean?
Sure. And this guy takes a step up, and he's going to swing. That is a 7. That is a 7.
Misses.
It's Brandon's turn. You hear him behind you. Tiny, what are you doing? Tiny, come on, we have to get out of here.
Go! Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
You see that wave kind of emanate out from him again, like vum, 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 vum. But it just kind of like dissipates. And he stands up. So he stands up from prone there. Okay, and Tiny, it's your turn.
I'm gonna cast magic missile on this guy right in front of me.
Against the Vesk?
All of them going right into his chest. Okay. That is 10 points of force damage.
Yeah, huge. 10 points of force damage. Ah!
Yeah, I'll hold my ground because Brandon won't move. Yeah.
He had to spend his move action to...
No, I'm not. I told him to run.
That's true, you did. So it's back up to the android. He looks over at you and he goes, "Well, isn't this sweet?" And you see his pistol shift slightly as he aims at Brandon. And that's a 20 to hit Brandon. Which
That's gonna hit.
dirty 20, not natural. And it's 7 points of damage. Ah! And we move to the Vesk. He's brandishing his Doshko.
They love a brandish.
16 to hit your KAC.
16 does not hit.
Fine. It's Brandon's turn. As this thing like swings to hit you, you kind of maybe dodge out the way. You see over this android, he's holding up his pistol, but then suddenly you see sparks like a come out of his head, and he just drops down to his knees and then face plants into the ground, dead. you hear a voice from behind you and a hand on you. He says, "I'm not gonna leave you, Tiny."
I shake his hand off immediately,
Oh, get a room, guys. Get a room.
And it's your turn.
and I say,
It must have been love, but it's over now.
I shake his hand off and I say, "Who asked for your help anyways?" And then I cast Overheat in front
Jeez,
of me.
so cold.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder he's drawing all the heat out of the air. That's why he's so cold.
Nice!
Hey!
15 points of
15?
flames
Oh.
emanate from me. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. He had
Baby.
15 hit points left.
Hey!
But he's got to roll a reflex save, doesn't he?
Oh, yes, he does.
And also take an attack of opportunity.
Sorry. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Attack of opportunity is a 18.
18 misses.
What? Jesus.
You stupid fancy armor with your gambling money. Reflex save. 15 reflex.
Misses, as you needed 16.
Fuck off.
Tiny's the party tank from now on.
Then yes, dead. Oh, the barbecue! I'm the barbecue now.
Too soon. Too soon, Tom.
I make the grease, if I can, go away.
Sure, yeah. And you guys are just left standing there. Brandon's like breathing heavily. Tiny, are you okay? And like he goes to reach out to you again.
I don't turn. I just walk forward to look at the body of the android. I ignore him, and then I take a look at what they got on them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just,
murder,
you know,
murder, loot.
And I say quietly to myself, the captain will probably want whatever you guys had.
Hey, he's learnt well. He's learnt from the best.
He's just got your standard like azimuth laser pistol.
Does he have any ID, any kind of info about him? Any personal items?
Yeah, grab his wallet. Get his wallet.
No, so I mean, there's no
fair
like
enough.
identification on this guy or anything like that.
Okay.
I mean, like as you know, been in combat and like you're looking at these guys, yeah, it looks like these Vesks were dressed similarly to what the other ones at the dock were. So it seems like maybe it could be related.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe word got out that and a description of you guys or something like that.
Maybe there's a bounty on our heads.
And Brandon is kind of behind you and he's rifling through their pockets, that sort of thing. And like he kind of gets it that you don't want to speak and it's just kind of going through the motions, you know.
I eventually turn to look at him and I say, "Why didn't you go?"
Tiny, I'm part of the crew now, and crew members don't leave each other.
You're not part of the crew. You're a stowaway. And I asked you to. And I told you to. And I said I wouldn't forgive you if you didn't. I'll see you back at the suites. And I go off in a different direction.
All right.
Cold.
He's a real stickler for rules. Rules are rules.
Rules.
And we cut back to
Gambling.
the other guys. Maybe you guys are at the pub drinking at the bar.
Hey.
Hey, Astra, I forgot to give you this 150 credits back. Enjoy.
Thanks. You want drinks on me?
Sure.
Is it possible to find everybody?
I mean, you've got your comms, so I mean, you could send like a communication to them.
I just want to say, hey, where are y'all at? Like smiley face, winky face, thumbs up.
Yeah.
We're at the bar. It's called Drinks. You should come and join us.
I sent like a space gif of like me of like someone like drinking or something, you know, like just some sort of drink meme. And like thumbs up.
I've got to have a word to Tiny. Why the fuck is he spelling GIF with a J? Like, we've got to educate
GIF?
this guy.
You say GIF here? Is that what we do?
This is the future where the correct pronunciation
Yes.
won.
I'm fine with that. I don't really
Aye,
care.
we say it properly. We say it properly.
I know
instead.
this one.
It's pronounced GIF in the future.
I don't know if you remember, there was a whole war about it. Like there was an interplanetary war back 100 years ago, and the
Yeah.
GIF won.
The GIF one.
The GIF wars.
No problem.
You're able to find them at the bar.
Hey, Tiny. Hey, what do you guys going on?
How'd it go, guys?
Oh,
Yeah,
I won so much money. We've got money for you.
Oh,
How did you go, Cap?
I won, I won some money. Hey, guys. You know, I want to go down to the armor store and get myself some new threads. Hey, I'm gonna be
me
looking
too.
cool. I'm gonna be looking great. Hey, haha.
All right.
I'm with you.
I sort of pull Brandon in.
Brandon's with us.
Like,
Oh, he's not
Brandon-
Yeah.
Brandon's not
He's
there.
No, he's
Yeah.
not.
Hey, where's the kid? Where's Brandon?
I don't know.
Weren't you with him?
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. But I'm here to drink. Let's have fun.
Wait a minute. What's that smell? That smells like barbecue? Hey, is it?
All right, you got me. There was a fight. Broke out. Everyone's fine. It's all good.
I was gonna say you
Whoa,
didn't
whoa,
go to
whoa.
you didn't go to an Akaton barbecue or something and get some brisket, or some
Brisket.
some brats or something.
Wait,
Hey,
am
No,
I
I
saying
didn't.
there was a
I've been
fight?
drinking all day. I'm fucking starving.
Then let's keep drinking.
Is Brandon okay?
Yay!
No, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Is Brandon okay?
Captain, I totally.
really
It
need
was
to
just a
know.
lot of death. It was crazy. You'd be proud.
How's
of what I
Brandon
did.
doing?
What?
Brandon, where the fuck is Brandon? Is he okay? Did he make it through the fight?
Yeah, he's safe. He's fine.
Well, where the fuck is he, Tiny? You
I
can't
don't
just
know.
you can't just march off with a fucking 13-year-old child or whatever he
He's
is.
not 13.
And then lose
First
him
of
in a
all,
fight
he
on
was,
the
he
back
was
and
reduced
picked
by
up like,
he was reduced
oh,
by
yeah.
2 years. We keep aging him down further and further and further, but it was canonically he was about 18 when we all left it. He turned 18 and then he
guys,
went down to 16.
The kid's 15.
15.
15?
guys.
Well, it's his birthday,
Hey,
so he's 16.
I've been drinking for 8 hours, and I still know how old the kid is. Hey,
Fair enough. Either way, he's off on his own. Who cares? Let's have a drink.
I'm gonna tap my comm and just say, Brandon, come in, son.
You're gonna have to catch up, Tiny. I've been drinking all day. Hey,
right.
let's get this guy a drink.
Look.
Hey.
Point is, we got into a fight. Brandon showed he had some kind of mystical powers or something. I told him to run to save himself. He chose he wanted to kill people. I think that's a terrible decision to want to do this. I only do it regretfully. But, if I'm gonna live the life, let's live the life. Am I right? I'm right?
He's lost it.
No.
breaks
But for
down.
real, I
Breaks
find,
down
I get it. Sometimes you have to defend yourselves and stuff. But Brandon didn't understand. He's fine, but I
Tiny,
just didn't want to talk to
Tiny,
him.
you're supposed to get emotional after you've been drinking. Hey.
Captain. No.
Let's get this guy a drink. What are you having?
I don't know. What are you having? I'll have some of that.
Pina colada.
I'll have some space pina colada.
Let's get this guy a pina colada. Make sure it's got like 15 of those little umbrellas in it. Oh, that looks nice.
And Sawbones, when you call Brandon, he doesn't pick up, but he does send you a message back just saying that, he's tired and that he's just going to head back to his room.
Okay.
See?
I'm gonna leave the crew drinking and go and check on Brandon in his room.
Berzin really wants to go get some new threads.
Yeah, so does Astra.
Let's do it now.
Well, hang on. As before I walk out, I'm like, oh look, Astra and Tiny. I did pretty well at the skimmer tables. So here's $200 for each of you, like your original 50 and then 150 of winnings
Keep it.
for
a
you to go
good bet.
shopping with.
Thanks so much.
Keep it.
Oh well. Well, fuck. Now I want to go shopping, eh? Look, I'm just going to go check on Brandon. I'll meet you down at the thing. Tiny is being fucking weird about Brandon, and I'm worried.
Okay.
Sure. Hey, you do you, Sawbones.
You can give them the money to buy you stuff as
Okay.
well.
Cool. Well, I'll do that. Astra, you're the most trustworthy one of these three. Can you take all of my money?
I just
and,
gave you money.
I'll do some.
And that
I'll do
armor
some
you're
online
wearing.
shopping. True. Look, okay, but also you've got a weird. You've come back, Tiny, with a weird fucking look in your eye. I don't know what to make of you. So
You're the doctor.
Aye. Do you want a sedative and to talk about it? Because that's where I feel like you need to go.
No.
No. Okay. Well, in that case, Astra, can you take this money and I'll do some online shopping and then I'll text you of what I want to buy before you get there. Okay?
Can do. All right, you look after Brandon.
Yeah, look after the kid. He's got a lot of money. I'm sure he got some new stuff, and he's got to be doing
Captain.
things.
The heart.
Go and look after the
The
guy.
heart's coming off you.
Hey,
my
he's
God.
a young kid. He means well. He helped me out. I told him to bet on a thing, and I got a lot of money from it. Hey, I'm drunk. Let's go. Hey.
As the captain walks off, I can sort of see like he's had too much.
He cracks another beer as you see him walk off.
Yeah, I'm just gonna casually like turn around and shoot him in the back of the neck with my
With your gun.
medic injector pistol, and I'm going to inject him with a antiemetic, which basically stops nausea and vomiting. Because I can tell he's gonna need it.
What a fucking bro.
Oh, I feel great. It's like all of the benefits of drinking and none of the side effects. Hey,
It also means that if you drink proper too much, you won't throw it up, okay? So just fucking have a water or two and go easy, all right?
it's full alcohol poisoning.
Okay, so you guys head off to the mall. You can buy whatever you want. All right, so you're heading back up to the suites. Head up to Brandon's room. Knock on the door.
Open the door, son. Let me in.
And then after a few moments, door opens. Brandon, he just kind of like opens the door, doesn't look at you, and then just walks back into the room.
I follow him in. So, you're right, son. What's the matter?
Sits down. And he kind of looks down at himself and, you know, at his hands and his person, and he says, I'm fine. I'm fine, Sawbones.
Well, you don't fucking look fine. Like, you look like you've seen a ghost. Was like Tiny said some weird stuff. I mean, you got into a fight. Can you tell me what happened?
So like these guys came up. They said they knew us from somewhere. They kind of looked like those guys that tried to rip us off the other day at the dock. You know, Tiny tried to get rid of them. Like, it didn't quite work. It was like this android guy, and he just started shooting. I mean, you know, I was trying to do the right thing, Sawbones, you know? When a crew member's in danger, you know, you can't just run away. You know, I spoke to the captain last time after that other fight, and he was like, hey, run, get help. And you guys were okay. I knew you could handle yourselves, but there was 3 guys there. There was 2, like, big, strong-looking Vesks, you know?
Aye.
And there was this android guy, and he was a real dick. And there was no way Tiny was walking out of there if I ran. No way.
Well, it sounds like you did the right thing, laddie. You didn't run, did you?
No, I didn't. But I think Tiny was kind of pissed at me. He didn't really want to talk to me afterwards. He was saying like, hey, you gotta leave, you gotta run. I told you to run. And I said, crew members don't run. And yeah, he just, I don't know.
Well, look, Brandon, between you and me, I think Tiny's got a bit of a fucking screw loose. Like, his behavior recently has been really weird. Really weird. And what you're telling me is just another indication that the kid's he's not well. He's not well.
Is that your professional diagnosis?
Aye, that's my professional diagnosis, as I've read in this book, this psychology book from 150 years ago. But I'm sure it's still valid. I'm sure it is. But listen, Brandon, don't worry about what Tiny said. I mean, you did the right thing. Crew members don't leave crew members behind, and you're a crew member as good as anyone else. So I just think you need to push that out of your head. But look, Tiny said something else that was a bit odd. He said that you had some sort of powers, some sort of telekinesis, or some sort of, you got involved in the fight in an unexpected way. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
And he kind of you see his eyes drift over to the pistol that he bought, and it's still, the barrel you can see is still polished. It hasn't been fired. He says, I bought that to, defend myself and keep the crew safe, But I didn't even need to use it, Sawbones. It's hard to explain what happened. I could see Tiny was in danger, and there was this other moment where this Vesk, and he was on fire. Tiny set these dudes on fire, and he was swinging his doshko.
Classic Tiny maneuver.
And I didn't know what to do, and something just happened. And I don't know, affected his mind, and he just dropped. And then the same thing to this android. Just sparks started flying from its head when he attacked us.
But did you do that, or did someone else? What do you mean?
There was nothing else. It must have been me. I said before, and he's kind of looking around like this, such a weird thing to say. I said before, I wasn't hurt. And there was this... Tiny was so brave. He was up there. He was trying to push me back. But these guys were tough. And I didn't want him to die. And I swear, when I tried to reach out and touch him, I swear I saw some of the wounds, the scorch marks from the blasters kind of they disappeared. Like he was healed or something. I don't know. It sounds stupid. I don't know.
No, it doesn't sound stupid at all, Brandon. It sounds fascinating. I don't know if you're aware of this because you're, sheltered from you're coming from the T planet and all that. But there are a group of humanoids. Every race has them. They control. They sort of have the ability to effectively perform kind of magic. They all believe it comes from, different places. Some think it's a religion or a god. Others think it's science, and others somewhere in between. But there are people in every race who are uniquely capable of doing the sort of things you describe, of causing damage and healing, using no technology or no tools, just the power of their mind. Is this something you've ever seen before in your time on the T planet?
No, nothing like that. We're all pretty simple.
Can I want to use my custom micro lab to scan Brandon and see if there's anything I can discern about him that's different, or
Sure. Yeah, go ahead. You can probably take the time, do a full in-depth scan on him.
On his brain. Scan his brain. Do a lobotomy.
No, that's the wrong one.
And, you do your custom microlab thing. And, you're getting strange readings from him. There's certainly some kind of energy emanating from him. A lot of it seems to be centered around, his chest. And, as you mentioned this to him, he kind of furrows his brow. He says,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just from the laser or something, but...
And he kind of pulls the shirt down a bit, and he shows where the Desna pendant was, or is. It has burned him. And he kind of holds it down, and it's almost like it's scarred over, and there's this imprint of the Desna butterfly there.
That's so cool.
Well, I'm speechless. Yeah, obviously, I mean, well, maybe not obviously, but, I mean, this is the sort of thing that people really just take and run with when it happens, you know? Like, you've got a religious figure here that's been burned into your chest, and now you can heal things and, you know, do tricks with your mind. I mean, you know, if you're not careful, someone will write a fucking book about you.
He laughs.
So listen, Brandon, I myself have been reading lots of books about magic, and, you know, in some cultures it's called mysticism, and I know just a little bit, and if you'll permit me, I'd like to use some of this knowledge I've gained to just try to check and see whether or not you've actually got some magic inside you. I mean, medically and with the scans, I can tell something's up, and obviously you've got a god burned into your chest, so that's another sign, you know, for the positive. But I would like to just roll a mysticism check if I can.
Yeah, go ahead. You can roll this.
I've got a +1
Get a
to
one.
mysticism.
Yeah.
So that's a 14.
Yeah, so thinking about the books that you've been reading, and, you know, maybe you watched a couple of videos on it, you can't quite pinpoint it all, but there is certainly mystical energy emanating from him where you don't feel like it was there before.
Okay. Well, look, Brandon, there's now 3 signs, and that's enough for me as a scientist to believe. Plus, we've been talking for about 20 minutes about this, so I now believe that you are a mystic. And I think you should really, you know, work on your powers, and you should practice them. And I'm not religious at all. I think it's a bunch of hokey pokey, but given, as I said, the situation here with the medal or the pendant, the only person I know who's practicing, you know, Desnerian is Astra. I think. Have you spoken to Astra at all about Desna?
Yeah, quite a bit, I guess. This is actually hers. This pendant.
Oh.
She gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
We don't do a lot of the god stuff where I'm from. But, you know, you see the universe around you and everything that happens. It's kind of hard to deny.
Yeah, well...
I don't know, I just felt drawn towards it.
Okay, well, I'll just stop you there. That's fine. You can talk to Astra about that. What I will say, though, Brandon, is, you know, these skills, if you are able to hone them and harness them, will be incredibly useful to us down the track, I'm sure. So, you know, I see this as a positive, and I wouldn't be scared if I were you. I would work on it. And you know who else is a little bit mystical and magical? It's actually Tiny. I know that things are a bit weird between you and him right now, and he's obviously going off the deep end a little bit, but you know, at the right time, you should probably have a chat with him and see what his journey was like. That might be good. So, listen, if there's nothing else, I might leave you to it, Brandon. I just mainly wanted to come and check that you were okay, and clearly you've got a lot going on. I hope that this conversation has helped you somewhat, and if you need anything, you just give me a call, okay?
Thanks, Soulbones. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I'm probably just gonna hit the hay before we have to check out tomorrow.
Aye. And listen, there's one very important last thing. Like, you mentioned that you could make someone's brain explode just by thinking about them, and I just really would like you not to think about me very much, if you can, just for a little while. You know, maybe get a few lessons from Tiny or something, and you know, we'll go from there.
He laughs at that and just kind of
Okay.
shakes his head.
I'll see you later, Sawbones.
Bye.
I want to see Sawbones as like notes on us. It's like Tiny, a bit batshit crazy. Like, Brandon, magic from God. Just like so like bare bones.
Well, he's got no formal training. This is all just like ad hoc medical expertise that he's got.
Yeah, whenever he says, I read it in a book, I just imagine what you mentioned in the first session, which was those medieval,
Yeah.
just some guy who doesn't know how the human body operates books.
But, yeah, but like literally from, colonial times where they would saw people's bones off. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
Here, bite down on this. I'm going to saw off your leg.
Yeah. I'm gonna call ahead. Can I just call the crew and just be like, all right, guys, look, Tiny didn't really go into enough details, but there's clearly something going on with Brandon. I think he's becoming a mystic of some sort. He's got some magical powers. So, Astra, it's kind of. I left it with him to talk to you because he thinks it's like a God-given Desna thing or something. That's well out of my camp. So, good luck with that when you get back from shopping.
Hey, wait a minute. Who's this?
How's the captain doing? Has he passed out yet?
Sawbones, is that you? Hey, what are you doing?
Hi.
What are you
Captain.
talking about, Brandon? What's he doing? Hey,
You're gonna need a fucking Panadol tomorrow, mate. I tell you what, when you wake up, if you wake up, you come and see me and I'll sort you out, okay?
Oh, Sawbones, you're always trying to help me out. You're a good guy. I like you, Sawbones. I mean, where are you? Where are you right now? You come down and have another drink.
I just sort of switched to a private channel between me and Tiny. I'm like, Tiny, look, if I need to fucking come and shoot him in the neck with a sedative and take him to bed, you just let me know, okay?
Yeah, sure. And I say like, you probably need to do it. We were having a little fun.
Okay.
We went shopping. He bought a lot of armor, but then like he had it personalized, and it's very, very embarrassing. I won't go into the details now, but it'll be wonderful when you see it. And there's no way to undo it without purely selling the armor. Like, he had it really, really detailed to the point that like he'd have to sell all that armor and all the things he bought. He'd have to sell it and he'd gain nothing from it because it's all personalized, right? Who's gonna buy it?
Look, just as long as he didn't stop at tattoos on the way back.
No.
Okay.
No, he didn't. But his armor does have a line on the back that says, "I'm a little piggy, oink, oink, oink." And I thought that was a great choice for him.
Sawbones, yeah, come in.
I've got to switch back. Oh yeah, Captain, sorry, my communicator dropped out. Now where are you exactly, Captain? I'm gonna come and just check in on you. How you doing, mate? Where are you?
I'm by myself at the moment, but there's a big neon sign that's very attractive. It says tattoos.
I show up behind him with Astro and we're like, "Not today, Captain!" I put him over my shoulder and I'm like, "You've had enough."
Oh, come
We're coming
on. It's just tattoos. I've already got 7 of them. You haven't seen them.
Well,
I've got
bring
them in
him
some
back,
very,
Tiny.
very strange places.
Just bring him back, Tiny. We'll put him to bed, eh?
You know
put him
what,
to
I
bed
really-
and we'll
Yeah.
try again tomorrow.
I could really do with a tactical vomit, but it's just not coming out. It's not coming out of me. What's going on?
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, I'm feeling very drunk. while
Cracking
he's
more
over your
beers.
shoulder, cracks another beer.
Where does he keep getting them from? He's got a bag of beer with beers.
It just
cheek pouch.
keeps coming
He's
out
got
of
a
the
cheek
just
pouch.
keeps coming out of the quick sheet.
All right, you guys take the captain back. You put him to bed. Do we turn in?
I'm not tired. I could have it. I could keep going, guys.
I
Keep
go up
going.
and give him a double dose of a sedative, like in the neck, and just like
I'm
as he's over
shit.
Tiny's shoulder, just
The kind paralyzed me.
So good to see you
Yeah.
right now. It's so good to see you. I'm not. Hey. I'm not even tired. Hey, you want to come party some more? I've got some of the good stuff. I got some of the good stuff in my. I got some. And he just falls over onto the floor, knocks over a tray of stuff. Sleep apnea kicks in immediately.
I just sort of roll him into the safety position, like on his side.
Yeah, I think I probably go to sleep, I guess. I don't know. I think I help the captain out. I'm there with the other two. Probably go to sleep, I assume.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm mulling all this stuff over. My brain is way too wired to be sleeping, so I'm going to sit there and tinker with Bantam. It's been days since I've been able to do it, so I'm going to see if I can get this weapon mount to work properly. The spidey legs attached. It's going to be fun.
Okay. All right. You guys all wake up the next day in various states of hungoverness. You go down, grab that one last buffet breakfast before checkout.
Burzin actually, as soon as he wakes up and washes his face, he goes down to find a shrine to Sarin Ray.
Okay.
Ooh.
And it's almost like begrudgingly he does it, but he goes down and says a few prayers, makes the sign of the star, and then heads off to the buffet breakfast.
And after you make your offering and say your prayer, you head out of the room, and your communicator goes off. Blip, 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 blip.
Hello.
Captain Burzin, it's Ferrari.
Who?
Ferrari. I work for Mr. Calderon.
Oh. He just puts it on mute for a second. Takes it off mute. Oh, hello, Ferrari.
Are you okay, lad? You don't sound 100%.
Yeah, I'm a little dusty.
I can see. I hear you enjoyed yourself at the casino, then I.
Oh, I took full advantage.
All right. Well, it's a good thing, and I wanted to extend a personal thank you to you as well for
sure.
making sure the cargo arrived despite the setbacks.
It's not just an EdgeCorp promise. It's a promise from me to you. I'll make sure your cargo is delivered in a timely fashion, safe and sound.
When you say that, I believe you, Captain. And if you don't mind detouring past us again, I'd love to have a chat to you about it all in person.
Oh.
Perhaps there might be some more offers on the table. It doesn't have to take over your work on EdgeCorp, but perhaps there might be some shipping routes that align with our interests as well.
Sure. I'm sure we could come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Well, Captain, you let me know once you're in the drift and how long it might take you to get here, and I will clear some time in my appointment.
No, I'll see about getting another, some more cargo delivered to Akaton. Sorry. Good. I appreciate you reaching out, Ferrari.
Of course. Enjoy the breakfast at the hotel.
Oh,
The waffles are particularly good.
I intend to, and thank you for the advice. Goodbye.
He's already hung up.
Oh.
It's like in American shows where they don't say bye, they just hang up.
Ferrari, are you? No, okay, he's gone. He finds the nearest pot plant to vomit in.
And you head back, and you guys have your own table, like the crew's all sitting down. Yeah, do you tell them about this?
Guys, I haven't had much word from EdgeCorp, from Leia at EdgeCorp, but I got an interesting call from Ferrari, the liaison for the Calderon family. He says he might have some extra jobs for us.
Sounds promising.
He takes a big mouthful of a waffle. Yeah, sure does.
So what are we gonna do?
No, I'll make contact with Leia at EdgeCorp. Takes a big sip of coffee. And see what I can do about getting a job that takes us back past Akatar.
Astra looks over at Sawbones and like gives him the eyes to shoot the captain with something that's going to help him out.
Just really subtly shake my head, and in my head I'm thinking he can suffer in his fucking jocks for this.
All right.
Is this legal?
Huh?
Like, do I know that there are criminals that we're working for? Because I remember it was like Mafia was thrown around a few times.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, early on, if you ask that question, maybe make a check. But everything you've seen, everything you've heard, since you guys moved this cargo, you came under attack in multiple ways. Whether or not the cargo you would be delivering is illicit, you couldn't say. But these guys, surely they're involved in criminal activities, no doubt.
Captain, I don't know if I want to work for criminals. When I signed up for Edge Corp, I signed up to just, make an honest living. It might not be, fancy, getting a lot of money, but, it's honest, and it doesn't put us in danger as much.
What do you mean, Tiny? All we're doing is delivering cargo between two different points. It's honest work.
It's honest work if it's honest, but it seems to me that it's not honest when we're working for people that you and we all know, right? They're not honest. We're helping them.
Tiny, look at where we are. I mean, we're in a casino. It's not the most honest kind of place in the galaxy, but people come and they spend their hard-earned money here, and they pay their taxes. They pay the governments. They pay their staff. Line up. It's just work.
I just sort of interject at this point, and I say, Captain, I think we have to take some of Tiny's concerns a little more seriously. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but he's been a bit out of sorts the last few days, and I think we've been through some heavy shit the last little while, eh? Like, and it's a lot for a young Vesk who's making his way in the universe to deal with. So, I'm not saying that we need to stop what we're doing, but I think we should give Tiny a bit of a choice about whether or not he participates. He should come on the ship. There's plenty of stuff he can do. He can pilot, or he's very good at lifting heavy things, and he can drive that like lifter loader thing quite well. I just think we should give him a bit of a chop out and a bit of a rest, and we can continue about our merry way. But I think it's affecting his soul a little bit.
His soul? I mean,
look, I've had my own shit go on the last 24 hours, all right? Brandon's fucking blowing up people's minds.
Wait, who?
What?
Destroying people's mind? What? How long have How long have I been out?
Too long, mate. Look, I'll bring you up to speed later on, but all I'm saying is give Tiny a bit of a break, all right? He's had a fucking rough time of it, and just let him hang about on the ship if he's worried, He can make his own decisions.
So Burzin just drains his cup of coffee, rubs his temple, and he looks at Soulbone's like, sure. Guys, I'm sorry. I forget sometimes how much older I am than you guys, and how much shit I've seen in my life. So, what affects you affects me in a completely different way, or not at all. But Tiny, let's go back to Akaton. We'll see what Mr. Ferrari has to say about, potentially something that we can ship for him, and then we'll make a decision then. What do you say? What do you say, kid?
Captain, do you think there could be other opportunities in other places for us that are legal and positive and aren't working with a crime family?
Who
in
said
addition
anything?
To our work?
The Calderons aren't necessarily a crime family. He's a rich guy. I
should interject here and say, perhaps I did misspeak before. The Vestrani are very obviously, you don't run a casino without being a criminal, right? The Calderons, they have just old money. It is old wealth. But if you are from old money, then there's probably some sketchy stuff going on at some level.
Like slaves or something?
No, but it's almost just a different level compared to, say,
they're so rich they can do whatever they want, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's you've got petty mob stuff and racketeering or this or that or whatever, and then it's you have ultra wealthy who it's we bought off all of these senators to pass these laws that
So we
can
don't
make
have
sure
to pay
we can
tax
run.
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that sort of shit, you know?
Yeah.
All right, then I turn to everybody at the table, and I say, "All right, if this isn't on the books, then we should all get a vote. You shouldn't be the one to dictate what we do, because you're not in charge of our free time. And I vote we don't do it, but that's my choice."
Spicy.
Astra, Sawbones.
Guys, do you want to vote on this? Sawbones, like you said before, if he doesn't want to be involved in something with the Calderans, then he doesn't have to be. But guys, if you want to make money, you got to work for these rich people. I mean, we work for a corporation. Come on.
I know. Look, I hear what you're saying, all right? We've all said our piece. Astra has been very quiet amongst all these deliberations. I want to hear what Astra has to say.
Astra, what are your thoughts on this?
She's really uncomfortable with this because she's been having a lot of inner turmoil about the idea of killing people and this becoming a regular thing, like to the point that she hasn't slept the entire time we've been here. I've revamped my entire drone, all of my setup. I've kitted out my armor because I'm freaked out by just how much fighting is going on. I've just kind of accepted that that's the path that we were put on until Tiny sat there and said it's kind of a vote, and that I should be able to have a say. So I'm really struggling with this. So she's sitting there and she looks around at all of you and can see Captain doesn't really care. He's like totally zoned out by this stage. He's like figures that I'm going to agree.
Yeah. You've read that well.
Yeah, exactly. I can see where Tiny's coming from, and like if we can avoid killing and still making money, I'm kind of inclined to go that way. I don't really want to kill to keep our cargo, with their cargo. I mean, the hotel's nice and all, but like, I don't know if it's worth it. I want to think on it.
Okay, well.
She's gonna.
Well, that's not a vote.
Yeah,
No, we have to vote. You can't sit on it.
Burzen's just like rubbing his temples at this stage. he's so frustrated, with where this is all heading.
This is it's been coming to this for a while.
He's finally Burzen's finally at a point where he's got contacts with some people with real money that he could like legitimately make some money.
Yeah. Dude, I love it. I love everything that's happening. Because this is what it's been built for, at least my guy, right? It's what's been building to, right? He finds it morally questionable what we're doing. Now he doesn't give a fuck.
I just don't understand. It's morally wrong.
Utter frustration from Burzen to be put in this situation. He's got one against, he's got one on the fence. Like Burzen feels like he's got Sawbones in his corner.
Oh, I'm so excited because Ben the player knows that there is a fifth member at this table that Tiny specifically didn't mention. Ben's so excited as a player.
Brandon raises his hand.
Brandon.
And he says, I think we should do it.
Yeah, kid.
Whoa!
I knew. You didn't know? You didn't know that was coming?
No,
Fucking knew it.
Oh.
And like, Burzen like hits
I just
the table.
look at him.
He hits the table, just like, yeah, kid. Yeah.
Hot damn.
This kid knows what's up.
Oh.
I'm all
Very
for,
surprised.
doing the jobs, and I'm happy to work off the books and all those sorts of things. But, man, you got to let the kid, control his destiny a bit. So I stand by what I said. I'm happy to vote with you, Captain, but I think you should give Tiny the opportunity to, stay on the ship or perform some defensive sort of role that he feels more comfortable with. I don't think you should force him to do anything he doesn't want to do.
I was never forcing him to do anything.
All right, well, look, everyone's happy then. Look, everyone's happy except for Astra. Like, you're still sitting on that fence, love. You better watch. Your ass will get sore. Come on, pick a side.
I mean, if you're on my ship, you need to be useful. You need to be pulling your weight.
All right. Sounds like a deal.
Guys, I
get up.
I'll
walk.
go and put myself in those situations on my own.
And I walk back to
It'll
my room.
be me and Brandon and and Sawbones benefiting from the jobs that we take. Guys. Anyway, he just goes back to his waffle and bacon.
All right. So you guys finish up breakfast. You came to an agreement, as it were. You head back out, leave the sun, making any last-minute purchases that you needed to, and you head back to Akiton. And as you get back and you meet with Ferrari, he sits down with you, Burzin. He says, Captain Burzin, I'm glad that you considered the offer and that you are interested in working with us.
Hey, I'm glad that you reached out. Glad that we did a good job and you thought, hey, we'll use them again.
Your crew is reliable. You got the cargo where it needed to be. You didn't ask you didn't ask too many questions, eh?
Hey, I gotta be honest, I thought we were shipping mummies there for a second and we're gonna cause some kind of apocalypse, but turns out it was just chips. Hey, who knew? Not me, until later on. Much later on.
If you're referring to the cargo that was present while you guys were picking up, Mr. Calderon is a collector of artifacts and things like that.
Oh, hey, I'm not asking any questions.
Of course.
But they were mummies, right?
I don't believe so. However.
Sure. No.
The way this will work, Captain, is you can continue doing your work for Edge Corp.
Great.
And there will often be jobs of ours that will align with the shipping routes that you're taking.
I love everything I'm hearing right now.
Not all of them, I'll tell you right now, will pay as well as the one that you just did.
Sure.
However, they will pay much better than what you're earning with Edge Corp.
Oh, I'll bet. Plus, as much as I appreciate the money, the networking opportunities are astronomical.
Of course.
So, do you have Space LinkedIn?
No, I'm off social media. It's toxic.
Okay, no, yeah, I mean, sure, but Space, it's a great...
You should be too, Captain. It's not good for you.
No, Space LinkedIn, it's a great networking tool. And, it just gets your name out there. And anyway, I digress.
The expectation is that you will guard this cargo as you did the previous lot that you took.
Oh, I don't intend on losing any shipments.
Then we have a deal.
Great.
And he reaches out, shakes your hand.
I take it in both hands.
All right. And at this point, we montage.
Yeah!
You guys start taking on cargo from the Kildirans. You're often detouring to Akiton, all the while delivering EdgeCorp cargo as well. Perhaps some of you will make the delivery of the EdgeCorp cargo, whilst the others are heading off and delivering the remainder of these goods to this other secondary location. Every time you are picking up cargo, you notice though at the Calderans that first time you saw things get dropped off. Like you haven't actually seen anything get dropped off since then. Everything's always getting picked up, which is always a little bit strange. You guys do this for weeks, months. Something else that you notice that starts to come onto news feeds around the verse, as it were. There's a planet called Tabrid Minor that is a fairly recent... They're not a Pact World's member planet, but they're vying for entry into it. They are a fairly up-jumped species who have advanced very quickly once it was discovered that their planet had very valuable resources. They are almost like a seagoing coral type people.
Ooh.
They look quite strange. They've got like these hard carapace and, these like coral formations that come off of their bodies. Traditionally quite magical beings, but now very industrial. On the news, you guys hear that it starts off just as a few reports, and there's a plague that is affecting this planet. And Burzin, you get a call from Leia, This is some months on now, and you get a call from her.
This is Captain Burzin Castor speaking.
Burzin, it's Leia. How's everything going?
Oh, Leia. Yeah, great. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm actually very good.
Oh, that's good.
Hey, Burzin, there's been a bit of an opportunity that's come up.
Oh, an opportunity, you say?
Yeah. You know this thing that's going on with those Carl people in Tabard Minor?
Oh, yeah. Vaguely, yeah. They're like trying to get into the Pact Worlds, that kind of thing.
Yeah, those guys. And you know they got that plague thing that's happening there. Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. No. I know about that. Yeah.
They're getting bleached, right? They're getting bleached. Is that the joke?
It's coral bleaching. It's, you know, the real enemies, us.
Oh no.
This is one big allegory. And Edge Corp has won the contract to haul the medicine to Tabard Minor.
Oh no shit. Okay.
It's a big contract, Burzin, and the job it's up for bidding. Burzin, you know when a big contract comes up with Edge Corp and it goes up for bidding, that they accept bids from crews throughout the entire organization, and the lowest bid wins the contract.
So what are we talking here, Leia?
Burzin, it's big. It's gonna be a lot, but look, I think there's a good chance that you guys can get it, but I can't say anything more over comms.
Okay, do we need to meet?
I need you to come back to Absalom. Let's talk about it in person. No, trust me, Burzin. It's worth your while.
By Saren Ray's fire. Do you know where I am?
No.
Where are we?
Where are we?
I mean, I know it only ever takes like, you know, up to 6 days to get back. But God, come on! I'm right in the middle of a job here. What are we talking as far as kind of payday?
It's a big job, Burzin. It's looking at more than 150K.
Oh shit. Okay. I'll see you in, what is it, a day 6 to get back?
Yeah.
I'll see you in. God, fuck. It's gonna take me 6 days to get back, Leia.
Okay. I'll see you then. Hey, why don't you meet me at the bar where we used to go?
Oh,
after
no.
work sometimes.
I know the spot. Yeah.
Okay. You meet me there, all right?
Okay. Don't let this get away from me, okay?
No, Burzin, the bidding's open for about 12 more days.
Okay.
You're okay.
I'll see you in 6 days.
All right.
Okay. Stay safe. Bloop. Leia. Oh, she's gone. Okay. Everyone's
you guys,
always doing this to me. Fuck.
You guys make your way back to Absalom Station, and in this time of doing your jobs, maybe you probably had a few little skirmishes here and there. You've been doing a lot of work, a lot of diplomacy. Everybody levels up to level 3.
Oh, baby!
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Excellent.
And we will pick up our session next time when you arrive at Absalom. Star Raiders is an Arcane Focus Network production. Be sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast app. You'd be amazed how much it helps us spread the word. Looking for more adventure? Head to arcanefocusnetwork.com.